Peace. Peace. Pardon self. I had a quick, little thing, family thing I had to address right quick. Peace, peace. Peace. Actually, I'm should I change the name of this live? It says, why doesn't God teach that? Or should I put, why doesn't the 5% teach that? What do y'all think? Oh man, it's been a minute since the bots came in, and yeah, it's been a minute. I've been feeling neglected by the bots. Yeah, I got a little cough, a little bug, but that don't stop the God. Ah man, I got a crook in my neck too. Peace. What's the science? Why doesn't God teach that? Well, there's no mystery God. So when we talk about God, we talking about the original man with proper knowledge of himself, the original black man with proper knowledge of himself. So that's what we talk about. Peace, peace. And I finally got water too. I'll be doing these lives without water. I don't be dry as shit, all that stuff. Yeah, I should. I know it's not one of those fancy brands and shit that everybody be drinking. But look, Kirkland. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a city called Kirkland in Washington, and that's why this is called Kirkland, because this is a Costco brand, right? And Costco's from Seattle. That's a little trivia for y'all. Yeah, why doesn't God teach that? I must be thirsty as hell. All right. Peace, peace. You want to make knowledge born? Hold on, let me check the audio right quick. All right, audio's good. All right, peace. All right, well, we usually wait till the 20-minute mark because, people come through. Hold on, let me send out some texts. Peace. Ah, man, I need to stretch out my shoulders. Shit. Why doesn't God teach that? Now, this bill, I'm specifically talking about the gods, you know, the gods in the 5% nation. You know, 5%ers, nation of gods and earths, you know, lost 5% of lost sons, you know, all that, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about some mystery God and his teachings. Um, yeah, I'm specifically talking about the 5%. Why doesn't God teach that? And when I say this, I mean it. And I'm saying is because he is righteous. Again, I'm gonna wait until 20-minute mark, more people come through, and we'll get deeper. Cause and I do that because even when I wait till the 20-minute mark, people come in later, and then I have to redo the build, or and I mean it's good practice because I might see it differently later on, and that's peace. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Okay. Alright. So forget that. Indeed. Let me see. Let me see my internet connection. I don't know if y'all could hear. I'm kind of nasally and stuff. Yeah, I just got back to work this week. I was uh I was out 3 weeks paternity leave. So welcome the young moon into the world, and yeah, so just got back. And I got back, and it's cold as shit out there. So I'm used to being in the house. Now I'm out there, and it's 37 degrees out there in the morning because I get out there like 4:30 in the morning, maybe like 7:30 y'all time, and then I do what I do. Yeah, so peace. Anybody wanna come on, build right quick? There's a stream, or there's the link. And I need to, get a YouTube, or not a YouTube, but I need to get a Instagram. I deleted my Instagram after the old Earth returned to the essence. I deleted my Instagram. I didn't want nothing to do with it. So if y'all haven't heard from me, and y'all on my Instagram, that's why I deleted it. It's gone. What the hell? Is that food on my lip? Yeah. All right. So Nobody want to make knowledge boring? Get in the chat. Tell us, why doesn't the devil teach that? Well, let's see. The devil doesn't teach you who you are because that will then take away his power of you not knowing. Now, let's go back to yesterday's, degree in the 1 of 14. And the devil keeping you apart from his social equality. Damn, shit's hella dry. Keeping you apart from his social equality. Meaning, one, he doesn't want you to know how filthy he is in all his affairs, but also he doesn't want you on equal playing field. Because if you're on equal playing field, I mean, you know how that goes. At any time, it was it doesn't even got to be equal. At any time, we're given the same opportunity to showcase our skills, we excel overwhelmingly. Now, not only physically, because we can say sports, but academically for ourselves, academically as well. And of course, they'll like to separate the original people, be like, oh, well, that's just Asians, or that's just sub-Saharan Africans, or they even split up Africa like that. Talk about sub-Saharan Africans and shit like that. Like they're separate from the other regions of Africa. But he doesn't teach you who you are because then he would have to answer one, how does he know? Two, why don't you know? Right? He had the answers for so long. One, why do you know who I am? Two, why don't I know who I am? Three, what do you have to do with, what do you have to do with that? Peace, Divine King. What's the science, Lord? Yeah, so yeah. So why doesn't God teach that? Matter of fact, at the justice doing the knowledge, G, that's peace. That's peace. In fact, so I asked a question earlier, a little earlier. I think it was one person in. I asked, what do you think about changing the title to why doesn't the 5% teach that? Or should it be why doesn't God teach that? And I was just thinking, why doesn't Allah teach that? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Should it remain why doesn't God teach that? Why doesn't Allah teach that? Should we change it to that? Why doesn't the 5% teach that? You see, I think all three are peace. The 5% part is more inclusive because that's men, women, and children. What do y'all think? Peace to, people coming through, coming in. I, I shared the link up top. So y'all want to come through, hit the link. You can build. We could talk. Also, I put the Cash App to the Righteous Jewels Credit Union. So that's $ A Allah. That's it. Greatly appreciated if y'all will. We're doing positive things, starting a credit union, and we've been added on to adding our money into nation events and helping projects at the Law School of Mecca. I mean, this is the first time I actually put that on here, the Cash App for that. So I'm just making knowledge born. Shout out to all my righteous brothers and sisters. Peace to y'all. All right, well, I guess I'll just leave it at why doesn't God teach that? Indeed. So, like I was saying, right, is that why would the devil want you to know who you are, right? Because he's still searching. I mean, it was revealed to him, but he's still searching for something else. He's searching to see if what we told him was true. Yeah, sure, the Masons and the Shriners, they know who God is. Or, I don't know. I haven't went in those schools of thoughts or anything like that. It was never attracting to me. Um, but as you know, Masons or whatever, I would think you would study and have a better understanding of history and know that the black man is God. I never, I never even been inside Mason Hall. Hold on, is that what they call it? Mason Halls? Yeah, I think so. There's a few gods, and here that's Masons, and they well, yeah, they do what they do. All right, so all right, let's get into it. Why doesn't God teach that? First, let's talk about Allah. One of the things Allah did not teach was separation. He united the seeds. Ah, peace, divine king. Indeed. Indeed. That's peace. I like that C on that. I would say, why doesn't the 5% teach that? There are some God may teach based on different sciences he may have done the knowledge to, but it's not our foundation as the 5%. If that makes sense, that makes perfect sense. Peace. And the people that rewatch the lives and just watch it, I like to put the comments up so they can see for themselves. I know I have the live chat, but some people like to read it on here without having to. You know what I mean? So indeed, no, that's peace. Indeed, because people could get lost in their studies and then have a biased view of it based on their studies. Based on their studies. Indeed. Yeah, like I was saying, there are plenty of gods who have knowledge on the Shriners or Masonry and other sciences, but that's not who we are. Indeed. So I see that. I see that, what you said was some people, some gods may have influenced by different sciences like Masonry, being a Shriner. Well, I don't know if they could be a Shriner. I don't know, but Masonry, because I know gods that are Masons. I don't know gods that are Shriners. And so yeah, and that could um I don't want to say cloud their judgment, but I would say it would influence uh you know it would influence what people teach and don't teach. We don't teach secrecy. We make what knowledge born. So some of those guys that maybe Masons or whatever, they will teach secrecy because they teach secrecy in Masonry. Like you don't just put your God hat on and be like, "Oh, I'm a 5%er," and put your flag on, and then when you go into the lodge, you take the flag off and be like, "Oh, well, I'm so and so now." No, that doesn't work like that. Yeah, that's not who we are. That's not our science. We don't teach secrecy. We don't teach separation. You see what I'm saying? And the older God said that Allah didn't teach that. And I see it as actual facts. Allah didn't teach separation. And I always say, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. So, some parts we have to rely on older brothers. And not just one, multiple. And then we we see what our tree says about that, you know. Ask people outside your tree, okay, is this right and exact? Well, first ask the brothers in your tree, like your educator, his educator, so on and so forth. If they're still around, still alive and stuff. And then ask people outside your tree. So, but yeah, if Allah taught in secrecy, we would have never got this knowledge because the babies were not in the mosque and in the temple. Indeed. Indeed. You see what I'm saying? He came out on the streets and did not charge nothing. The only thing you had to pay was what? Attention. It's the only thing you had to pay. Attention. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, he didn't teach secrecy. And why don't we do that? Because this science is for the babies, it's for the young. We're building a nation of men, women, and children. We don't need to deal in secrecy. You see, the first principle in the supreme mathematics is knowledge. And at its simplest form, we could say knowledge is to know. How are you going to know if we keep it away from you? See, from the get go, we say that the black man is God, the black woman is the earth, the white man is the devil. From the get go, we tell you that. So you don't have to pay dues. You don't have to give me money every month. You don't got to give me $10 a lesson. We don't do that. You're going to earn it, but we don't charge. See, our culture ain't for sale. Our culture ain't for sale. So why doesn't the 5% teach that? The closest thing we teach that may be close to secrecy is not casting out jewels to the swine. Yeah, but the student has to show and prove he or she is worthy of that knowledge. Indeed. Now, that's I see what you're saying, G. You said the closest thing to it. Indeed. You just got to show and prove that. Look, like it took years for my educator to give me plus lessons. Well, actually, so this is how it went when I was getting the knowledge, when I was first getting the knowledge, right? So I went on the 3-day fast, and then I had to memorize the 5 powers of observation, the 6 principles of learning, the 6 principles of interrogation, the 7 characteristics of a wise man or wise person, the 9 permanent points of Islam. So I had to learn 5 different plus lessons, right? Before I even got the student enrollment. So I had to earn like, the 72-hour fast, water fast, that's you taking a step to earning the supreme math and alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I had to learn those 5 things and commit it to memory before I got supreme math and alphabet. So I get what you're saying, G. Indeed, I agree. And it's just that you gotta earn it. Because if we just giving it out, would people respect it? You see what I'm saying? Like people usually respect and take care of things that they earned, and it took a while for them to get. Like the plus, like um, I'll show it right quick because it's right over here. Like the plus degrees I got is this big ass binder, but it took years for me to get this. You see, there's a shit ton, double, you know, double space or multiple pages in one because I got it in the plastic things to protect it. You know, of course, you got to have this part. But anyways, yeah. So it took years to get this. Now, do I just go off plus lessons? Nah, nah. I got my book of life and I go off that. But plus lessons, it's peace. Hold on, let me highlight this though, because I forgot to put it on. If Allah taught in secrecy, we would have never got this knowledge because the babies were not in the mosque and the temple. Indeed. The closest thing we teach that may be close to secrecy is not casting out jewels to the swine. but the student had to show and prove he or she is worthy. Oh, pardon self, man. Like I said, I'm a little under the weather, or I got mucus in the nose and stuff, so I sound different. That's peace, indeed, God. Got to earn the jewels. I got some jewels early and didn't respect them. But the ones I learned on my own, I value way more. Indeed. That's like, check this out. That's like if you inherited a house, a big mansion, like if you was a spoiled ass kid or whatever, and you inherited a mansion, you're going to appreciate that different than if you bought a fixer upper and you put sweat equity in it and you built it up to what you wanted. It's going to be a different viewpoint. Indeed. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, the 5% does not teach secrecy. That's something we do not teach. We don't teach having to pay your way through getting the knowledge, whether that's if you're a newborn and you're watching this, you just get into, you don't pay nothing but attention. You can ask any true and living God or earth. You're not supposed to be charged. We don't have dues. In the form of monetary dues. We don't make get naked and throw some Savior quality unknown at people. That's not what we do. You don't got to get jumped on or anything. That's not our science. Why doesn't the 5% teach that? Because we're righteous people. And we know the science of everything in life: love, peace, and happiness. So, knowing the science of everything in life, we then choose the best part. And, keeping things away from my brothers and sisters, it's not the best part. See what I'm saying? But just like the God said, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. Look, if if I'm taking you through 120 and you're not showing no initiative, look, I'm not about to waste my time. Why doesn't the 5% teach that? Because we are all wise and righteous. And remember the last bill, uh, being wise or other than wise. No, we're wise people. You see, I always say smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from other people's mistakes. Peace to everyone that came in. Peace, peace. Make knowledge born. Indeed. So, why doesn't the 5% teach that? What else doesn't the 5% teach? We don't teach it no mystery God. When we say the Son of Man, we talking about the original man, a physical man, a being. You see, God is the supreme reality. Peace to the nation of gods and earths. Peace, Seven Power. You see, God is the supreme reality. Supreme is highest form. Reality means to exist. It's not imaginative. It's real. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can't be a supreme being and one and your creation is physical and you're not. You know what I'm saying? So we don't teach a mystery. We don't teach mystery God science. That's not our teachings. Why doesn't the 5% teach that? Like I said, we're wise. You know, we saw that people have been searching for trillions of years. We saw that people have been searching for trillions of years, and they're searching trillions of more years. And we saw that in their search, they never found anything but themselves. You see what I'm saying? A lot of them never even found themselves. They lost themselves. So, like I said, smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from other people's mistakes. We are all wise and righteous, right? So that means us being wise, we can learn from our mistakes and then other people's mistakes too. And know who the true living God is. Indeed. There you go. Let me put that up there. All wise and righteous and know who the true living God is. And teach that the Almighty true and living God is the Son of Man, supreme being, black man of Asia. Let me keep that up there right quick for my brother Divine King. Peace. Indeed. So saying that, right, is okay. So we saw that people like I'm gonna speak for myself. When I hit a teenager, right, I just couldn't go down the whole religious path anymore. I was raised a Christian. My grandfather is a pastor. Been a pastor for shit. I don't know, 6 decades or something. He's in his 80s. So becoming a teenager, it just didn't seem right. It just like, yeah, it just didn't make sense. Who am I talking to? What is this being doing? All that stuff. It didn't make sense. I had questions. I had questions. If God knew everything and he's all knowing, why did he make the devil? He knew the devil was going to do what he did. So why make him? You see what I'm saying? What like e- even before the devil was created, he knew. So why make him? Why not just kill the devil? That's another question. Why not just kill the devil? And something my mom used to tell me, like my mom and whoever. And when I was younger, it sounded impressive. But as I got older, it just didn't make sense. She said, every day the devil has to ask permission. The devil has to ask God permission to fuck with people. Now, she didn't say fuck with people, but I'm saying that because it's a game. Like, the devil has to ask God every single day to fuck with people. This is just a big ass game. You see, the 5% don't teach that shit. We don't teach mystery games between spirit beings that like to play games with people. We don't teach that. You see what I'm saying? What we do teach is accountability. All that above is caused by the Son of Man. So that means you're accountable for everything. God and earth of the universe. So you the God. of your universe. And if your universe is imbalanced and fucked up, guess what? You guessed it. It's your fault. You can't say the devil did this. You can't say that. You see? I mean, you could say it, but you're God. So is it the devil that you created? Is it the devil that you let run amongst your people in the righteous, in the holy city? Because you got to remember, we banished him, we ran him across the Hot Arabian Desert, we exiled him from the holy city. It didn't take long. We didn't let him chill for 20 years. Look, man, you fucking up now. Get out. Peace, divine king. I came up Pentecostal. Grandparents were important members in the church. Around 12, 13, a boy from the Church of Christ said his grandma was going to hell because she was Baptist. I was done after that. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know what my family believed. It was nothing in me ever going to make me think it, even say my loved ones are going to hell. Yeah, that's crazy. We don't teach that. Look, the punishment, the punishment we teach is justice. You see what I'm saying? That's the punishment we teach. We don't teach hell. We don't teach you're going to hell. We teach heaven and hell. Well, I'm not going to say we teach that. I'm going to say one thing I say is that heaven and hell is a mindset, it's a state of mind, right? We don't teach that as a collective, right? I heard brothers say it, but that's not a part of our teachings. What is a part of our teachings, right, is justice. Yeah, indeed. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. Indeed, love, hell, or right. Indeed. You see what I'm saying? Only a mindset. And if it's a place in your what mind? That's all it is a state of mind. And the only physical place, it's in your damn brain. That's the physical place it's at. It's not in the ground. It's in your brain. You see what I'm saying? In your mind. Yeah. That was my first sign of it's time to leave the bullshit alone. Yeah, indeed. It's the devil you become. Yeah, heaven and hell is a mindset. Yeah, indeed, I agree. Love, hell, or right. Indeed. So we don't teach that kind of punishment of fear, right? Because a lot of times I get this the question I get all the time from religious people. Well, if I'm wrong, nothing happens. But if you're wrong, what do you think happens? Um, check this out, right? People wonder why the earth is the way it is, why the white man rules and all this shit, right? And one of the reasons is that we was taught. Okay, so for for those of you, right, for those of you that got 120 or at least pass the wisdom builder story degree, right? You guys are going to know what I'm talking about. So in the wisdom builder destroy in the 1 of 40. Oh, let me turn that off. The wisdom builder destroy in the 1 of 40. The mother of the black baby was promised a sacred home in heaven, right? When she died, she was promised a sacred home in heaven. Now, That's interesting. Peace, Divine Seven. Peace. That's interesting because she was promised a sacred home in heaven because her baby was an angel baby. And she was, I mean, it's implied, right? It doesn't say it specifically in the decree, but it's implied that you have to go through some of the worst suffer and trauma when you're alive so that you could get that sacred place in heaven, you know? But then the next sentence is talking about but save the brown baby and tell its mother that she was a lucky mother and that her baby was a holy baby. You see what I'm saying? That she should educate it and it will grow up to be a great man. Now, hold on. Time the hell out. Hold on. Didn't I say the 5% don't separate? We don't teach separation. So just based on, just follow me, just one moment. One moment, please. Follow me right quick. So, you telling me because she believed that her baby was an angel baby, that when she died, she would have a sacred home in heaven, that she was willing to endure. I mean, I'm a parent, I'm a father. I couldn't imagine losing my children. So, let's say it's just allegory, right? Let's just say it's not even physical children. Let's say it's a metaphor, better yet, right? Sticking a pin in his head or feeding to some wild beast, that could be a metaphor for the future. You see what I'm saying? Killing the future. That baby feeding it to some wild beasts, hey, what they call jail, don't they call jail the belly of the beast? Mm. The 5% don't taste that. You see, because when you're dealing with, indeed, the pen, yeah, look, 7 power. The pen, look, yeah, the pen, right? What did the nurse do to the black baby? Stick a what? Pin in its head? Mm. Now you can look at that as a physical pin or sticking the pin in its, like what we talk about jail. You see, trapping your mind by sticking a pin in it. Now, if you're doing stuff on the streets, eventually, look, man, you either going in the ground or you going to jail. Ain't no retirement plans out on the street. You don't get no 401k. You don't get stocks and bonds. Indeed, writing history in advance. So the belly of the beast. So not only, so 7 power said the pin. So sticking the pin in his head. And then the Divine King said the belly of the beast. So feeding the black baby to, you know, wild animals. So, anyways, I just kept going. I told you to follow me. Look, we went to a four way. Now let's go back to let's go back to what we was talking about. I got a little too excited, right? So we don't teach separation. The 5% don't teach secrecy. We don't teach that mystery God shit. And why not? Because we are all wise and righteous and know who the true living God is. Not only that, we have a duty, right? Because we have agreed with the teachings of Allah. So we have a duty to teach what we know to the best of our ability. See what I'm saying? So agreeing, we agreed. Now, if you don't agree with the teachings of Allah, that's peace. You're not a 5%er. And I said agree, not follow. You see what I'm saying? I didn't say, oh, you follow the teachings of Allah, right? You agreed with the teachings of Allah and you go about living this culture. You see, because this is original man, and man meaning people, original man's culture. I God, I self Lord and Master. See what I'm saying? Let me put that. Hold on, let me. I don't want y'all thinking I'm talking up a whole bunch of yibbity yabbity. Come through. I put the link in the chat. So like I said earlier, this is what I'm drinking on, Kirkland. And like I said earlier, there's a city out in Washington named Kirkland. And that's where the base of Costco is. Or actually I think it was. It moved to Issaquah. So for those that don't know, Costco is from Seattle. And Costco is not sponsoring me for making this video. Pardon self. That's why I'm drinking a lot of water because getting a little getting the bug, right? And I gotta in my neck, man. So there's no add on. Yeah, what else doesn't the 5% teach, or why doesn't the 5% teach that? First things first. What else the 5% don't teach, and why doesn't the 5% teach that? Oftentimes we talk about what the 5% do teach, or at least on my channel I do. And a little bit later we'll go into what we do teach. You know, peace. Knowledge I got a law. Peace. I guess a main reason why we don't teach that is that we're not blind, deaf, and dumb. You see what I'm saying? I'm not blind, deaf, and dumb no more. See, once I got the knowledge of myself, I can then be like, I can say, I am that I am. Indeed, we don't teach telling lies, stealing, and how to master the original man. And look, sometimes y'all need to stay away from these women that be acting like a mom. Master original man. Ooh, the little sex thing came back. New dating for all tastes and age. Hey, hold on. Look at that. Interesting. I'm gonna block them. Indeed. So, telling lies, stealing, how to master the original man. That's not what the 5% teach. You see, we reverse that. We tell the truth. We give to the people, and we teach how to master self. And in mastering self, right, or getting the knowledge of self, right? And when you get the knowledge of self, you're that step closer to mastering oneself. You see, again, why doesn't the 5% teach that? Telling lies, stealing, and how to master the original man. Yeah. Did you eat? How many? Huh? Come here. You said what? One or two? You want to eat something else? What? Yeah, you can get a little, but you need to eat something else too. Said you can get some, but you need to eat something else too. Yeah. Epistemology is something I've been looking at. Hold on. Epistemology, or the theory of knowledge, is the branch of philosophy concerned with knowledge. Epistemology is considered a major subfield of philosophy, along with other major subfields such as ethics, logic, and metaphysics. Interesting.
Epistemology.
That was close. Oh, yeah, I said it. Epistemology. All right. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Let me get one of you guys' cards and I will pay Wikipedia. All right. Let's see. Theory of knowledge is a branch of philosophy concerned with knowledge. Philosophical analysis. All right. Study the nature, origin, and scope of knowledge. Rationality of belief and various related issues. Debates in epistemology are generally clustered around four core areas: philosophical analysis of the nature of knowledge and the conditions required for a belief to constitute knowledge, such as truth and justification. Number two, potential sources of knowledge and justified belief, such as perception, reason, memory, testimony. Number three, the structure of a body of knowledge are justified belief, including whether all justified beliefs must be derived from justified foundational beliefs or whether justification requires only a coherent set of beliefs. Philosophical skepticism, which questions the possibility of knowledge and related problems such as hold on, let me highlight, such as whether skepticism poses a threat to our ordinary knowledge claim and whether it is possible to refute skeptical arguments. The debates and others, epistemology aims to answer questions such as what do we know? What does it mean to say that we know something? What makes justified beliefs justified? And how do we know what we know? Peace. That's peace. Peace. Casey. Peace. Peace. Supreme math and its proper order is what we teach. Anything other than that, other than the proper order of mathematics, wisdom, knowledge, is what we do not teach. Peace. 793rd, Bujan in the building. Peace to the God. Peace to the God, earth, and all civilized. I see it as the study of knowledge. Indeed, you know that. Yeah, yeah. I heard of it. Well, I heard of the study of knowledge. I don't think I heard of the word, or I'm not familiar with the word. That's why I looked it up. Let me get rid of this other thing. Stop screen. All right, peace. Oh, hold on. Let me not hide the chat. Go back to yeah. Indeed. So, and that's peace. That's why I look up certain words and phrases and definitions so everybody can see. So, like, look, man, we learn together. Indeed. So the peace, Queen IMC Asia Earth, peace. IMC Asia Earth, peace. So, Divine King, I got a question for you, G. So then, I would have to ask you, how do we know the knowledge that we know? How Okay, so the question from the thing I just looked up, it said, how do we know what we know? Okay. So we go on a little, a different topic, right? This is interesting. So our knowledge, right? How do we know that we know our knowledge? So let's put this back up. Casey, peace, supreme math in its proper order is what we teach. Anything other than the proper order of mathematics, wisdom, knowledge is what we do not teach. Indeed. Ah, peace. We know what we know by taking what we are studying through supreme mathematics. You see? That's why I mess with you. That's why I mess with you, Divine King. That's why I mess with you. You see? We know what we know by taking what we are studying through supreme mathematics. That is important. Sometimes we take supreme mathematics through what we're studying. Now, it may sound the same, but listen. It's The difference is finding out what your foundation is. If you're doing just like Divine King said, taking what we are studying through supreme mathematics, that means supreme mathematics is the foundation. But if you're taking supreme mathematics through your studies, right? That means what you're studying is your foundation, and you trying to see if supreme mathematics is right and exact. Now, nothing's wrong with that. See what I'm saying? Nothing's wrong with that. If you're because we're scientists, so we're always studying, right? If you're trying to do it, if you're doing an equation, and you're like, okay, let's see if supreme mathematics is uh, right and exact in a cellular environment. You know what I'm saying? That is our filter. How do you know if you know supreme mathematics? If you can make a walk and talk and it sounds good amongst the gods, like if we in a cipher and you are building on today's mathematics and the gods is like, okay, okay, I see that. But if it's quiet and people are looking at you like, hold on, I can't do the face right now. Hold on. Don't put me on the spot. All right. Don't put me on the spot. Hold on. Damn, now I can't do the face because y'all watching me. So hold on. Damn, I can't do it. All right. Not right now. I'm too shy. So if we in a cipher and you bombing on the supreme mathematics, and I'm not even saying, look, I'm not even saying a degree. I'm talking about supreme mathematics. You bombing and they're like, like, when the gods start looking at each other and they looking at each other sideways like this. Hold on, let me take the glass off so you can see. They start like that, you know you in trouble. Yeah, you in trouble. They are going to take you through it. Hold on, they'll be like, hold on. They might even not let you finish. Like, hold on. What do you mean? Like, look, going back to when I first gained the knowledge, right? I was told to define everything I say, right? Like the words I use commonly to look it up and define it, especially supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet. And every time I go through the supreme, like today's mathematics, right? Being born, for example, peace. Today's mathematics is born. Born means to be complete. You see what I'm saying? So that it's not like, oh, today's mathematics is born. And I'm born, my thoughts out so that bam. No. I was taught that, oh, peace, today's mathematics is born. Born is this. You see what I'm saying? So that people know in their mind what you're talking about, so that it's crystal clear. Define what you're saying that the supreme mathematics of the day is. All right, so boom, today's mathematics is born. Born means to be complete. So how I see it is today I complete my thoughts on bam, and I make it born because I manifest this and I manifest that, and so I wasn't being serious right there, but that was the okay, indeed. So that's the point. The point is, you know, if you know supreme mathematics, because if you're around the gods, which you should be, or the earths, which you should be, then you'll, if you don't know, things will start getting warm, even hot. Peace. Supreme mathematics is always the order of the day. When you know you're able to put things in activation, thus bringing understanding. Indeed. Peace to our sister. Yeah, I'm a funny guy. Good answer, Lord. Hey, indeed. That's peace. Welcome to the channel, Queen I See Asia Earth. Yeah, man. These four are doing the heavy lifting. Peace. What? How y'all see it? What else doesn't the 5% teach? And why doesn't the 5% teach that? Is it the same answer? Because we're all wise and righteous? I mean, that's a hell of an answer. Because we already went through. We don't teach secrecy. We don't teach monetary. Uh, how do I say it? Fuck it. We don't teach trading our culture for money. I was going to say like monetary. I don't know. We don't teach hate. D. Even though some people think we do, we don't. We don't teach secrecy, separation, hate. We don't teach mystery God. Indeed. Oh, I don't know if y'all could read that right there. Hold on. It's right here. Damn, where's it at? It's right here. Well, of course y'all can't read it, but can you see it? You see, if I were to hold on, let me point. So if y'all were to look around, damn it, I don't want to move too much because when this mic gets unplugged, the whole thing goes bad. So this right here, people should be familiar with this. A law and justice, of course. What we teach. Y'all should all have seen this before. That black people are the original people of the planet Earth. That black people are the fathers and mothers of civilization. That the science of supreme mathematics is the key to understanding man's relationship to the universe. Islam is a natural way of life, not a religion. That education should be fashioned to enable us to be self sufficient as a people. That each one should teach one according to their knowledge. That the black man is God and his proper name is Allah. Arm, leg, arm, supreme head. That our children are our link to the future and they must be nurtured, respected, loved, protected, and educated. That the unified black family is the vital building block of a black nation. Indeed. And then what we will achieve, peace. So I don't know if y'all saw, but this is the highest point in the room, and I put it up here. So y'all can just call it Mount Everest, the 29,141 feet high. Peace. Peace. Her Majesty, a wisdom earth. I enter into the world of Allah with in peace. Peace. Bar itself. Peace. True indeed. So why doesn't the devil or why doesn't bar itself? Why doesn't the 5% teach that? So in the degrees, right? One of 40, one of the questions that's coming up, why doesn't the devil teach that? Because he desires to make slaves out of all that he can so he can rob them and live in luxury, right? That's not today's degree, but that degree is coming up in 3 days. So why doesn't the devil teach that? Which sounds exactly like today's degree. And yeah. So we know and understand that with today's live, we're talking about why doesn't the 5% teach that? And when in the degrees, when we talk about why doesn't the devil teach that, right? We're talking about um like, okay, so the the part itself, I had a brain, fart or whatever. So we're talking about with that one, we're talking about the one before that, we talk about, sitting at home and wait for some mystery guy, right? and we're not about to do that. So one of the things we don't teach is that we don't sit and wait for anything that's coming. So there's nothing higher than you, right? All that above is caused by the Son of Man. So we know and understand that, okay, one of them is unite the people back together in truth. D. That's an important point. Oh, damn, I've been hella thirsty today. Okay. One of the main reasons why we don't teach that is to unite the people back together in truth. Peace, seven power. Peace. True indeed. True indeed. You see, Yaqub and his people separated the black and brown. They separated the brown and yellow, and they separated the yellow, or really they separate the white from the yellow, but they separate the white or the yellow and white, right? So it goes black or brown because they got to kill the black gene. It goes brown to yellow, and they have to kill the yellow gene, and then, or they had to kill the brown gene, and then it went from yellow to white. They had to kill the yellow gene, uh, as the story goes. Um, oh, shit. Okay, yeah. So just to unite, right? Because how I see it, Allah united the seeds back together. See what I'm saying? So even the color man, we teach the color man too. Our duty that we agreed to do is teach all the human families of the planet Earth. Now, all the human families of the planet Earth don't have to be five percenters. Our duty is to teach them. And if you only teach the first two, civilization and righteousness, that's peace. You know? Now, to teach them knowledge of self, because you could teach somebody civilization and righteousness, but will they stay that way? Because and this may be a different topic, but you could give a man a fish, right, and feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, eat for the rest of his life. So you could teach somebody civilization and righteousness. What if they just fall back into it because you're not around and they don't really know who they are? But that's a different topic. We don't got to go down that. Peace to my strong rising nation of gods and earths. Peace. Peace. Remember, our nation is only about to be 60 years old. Think about that. Just think about it. Our nation is only about to be 60 years old. Just think about how America looked at 60 years old. Just think about that. You see, America, you can say, okay, America had its exports and import, it had economic, it had economy. Remember, though, they did America did that unrighteously. Remember, we're a nation of righteous people. We're not doing devilishment in the name of economy, in the name of commerce. So some people are dissatisfied. The 5% don't teach stagnation either, right? So, or at least I don't. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that's a part of our teachings. You know, it is said that Allah said, you know, if you don't change, you die. I wasn't there, so I don't know, you know, but that's what it said. He's quoted to say that. So some people are dissatisfied, right? And they got to understand in relation to we're almost 60 years old in this nation and we're righteous people not doing devilishment in the name of commerce. America was 60 years old, it had slaves, damn near eradicated a whole people. You see what I'm saying? Like it had free labor by the time America was 60 years old. What, with that 1837? 1837, that's, that's almost 30 years before slavery ended. By that time, 1777, you had what, 222 years of slavery. We going back to that 379 years, that 1555. So we gotta understand, and I know this is like, but peace to my rising nation of God, strong rising nation of God's earth. That rising part, it made me think of this. I want to say it right quick. Is that when America was 60 years old, it had over 200 years of slavery as an institution. So just think of other nations that are 60 years old and how many of them are doing it righteously, teaching people not taking a dollar, teaching babies, improving the condition of the people without charging the people. Like, we got to understand that what nation has done that? And to be 60 years old. My dad was older than the nation, you see, and before he returned last year. He was 67, 66, because it was last year. The queen, her mom is older than the nation. She was born in 1954. She was 10 years old when the nation was, when the brothers agreed that the nation is founded. See what I'm saying? 1964. She was born in 1954. She's older than our nation. I'm sure we all know somebody that's older than 60, and the nation's not even 60. It just turned 58. So just keep that in mind. It's still compared to other nations, it's a baby nation. Remember that. Indeed. All right. So we could get back to why doesn't the 5% teach that? Or we could go into a different topic. Look, hold on. For those of you that just came in and you want to make knowledge born, click the link. You could talk. You could build on whatever. You can ask me questions or whatever. You can ask me in the chat. Let's build. I know I just went on like it wasn't a rant or a tangent. Just it was a little more serious. That's just how I see it, though. It's a baby nation. I know people older than this nation. Matter of fact, my old Earth was a year older than this nation. She returned to the essence recently, but my old Earth is older than this nation. But in fact, you got people in the nation that's older than the nation, in the sense of the 5% nation, 1964. See what I'm saying? You got gods that met Allah, right? And whether they met him in 1964 or they met him in 1969, they were still older than the nation. Of course, unless they were like 5 years old in 1969, then of course, you know. But the point is, in relation to other nations, right? Because this isn't a said nation. In relation to other nations, in their said birth record, right? Very young nation. We got to keep that in perspective. A young nation that's righteous. So that's just how I see that. Anyways, indeed, like, what we want to build on. How y'all see what I just said? What's your see on it? Peace, Her Majesty. Where are you from? Normally, I ask where people are from, but I was building on something at the time. Queen I am C Asia Earth. Where are you from, Queen? Indeed. Yeah, shit. What's going on? Ain't nobody saying nothing? Indeed. Okay. See, people, like or watching. Was everybody busy? Everybody at the Justice Cipher, hands free. People making food or something out and about. Oh shit! I didn't even. I didn't. Hold on. Peace. All right. Originally from Alaborn, Albany, New York. I'm driving. Oh no, it's peace. It's peace. I figured people was out and about doing their thing. Indeed, I'm originally from Las Vegas. I don't know if is it Love Victory? Where's Shakanulu? Matter of fact, let me text Shakanulu. Shakanulu should be in the thing. Indeed. Originally from Vegas. And then but I've been in Morocco, which is Seattle, for, hell long. Well, 24 years. Indeed. Yeah, that's if y'all hearing somebody whining and shit, that's my son in the background. Indeed, indeed. That's peace. How long have you had the knowledge, Majesty? So is your name, your whole name, Her Majesty, a Wisdom Earth, or is it Wisdom a Wisdom Earth? I know you're driving, so I don't want to distract you. Yeah, tell one of these brothers to hop on the link, so focus on someone else. That's peace. All right. So it looks like the Looks like the live is basically over. I mean, unless there's another wave of people coming in right now, then give it a couple of more minutes and then I'm gonna shut it down. Anybody got any questions? Before that, like, subscribe, share. Do the each one teach one. Anybody got any questions? Anything they want to build on? Indeed. It look like people are logging off. We'll wait a little bit longer. I'm stubborn like that. It was a great build today. It's a great build. Yeah, man, I'm tired though. When I got up, shit. Oh, peace, peace. Welcome back, Lord Justice. Peace, peace. I have two questions. Was the Muhammad in the born degree black or white? And what important event happened in our nation on this day when Allah was here in the physical? Peace. Okay, so was Muhammad in the born degree black or white? Are you saying was he original or white? Is that what you're asking? Okay, Allah's Gordon, that's peace. How you like it down there? All right. So two questions. So um I gotta okay. So I don't know the first one. Was the Muhammad in the born degree black or white? Don't know. And what important event happened in our nation on this day when Allah was here in the physical? Important event? Oh shit, my eye. Well, first and foremost, I don't know if that Muhammad was black or white because I wasn't there. So, born degree, I take it you're talking about the one of 14. So, if you're just saying if he was the original man, right? I don't want to guess. I'll just, instead of guessing, I'd rather just say, I don't know. Because a wise man admits when he does not know. And what important event happened in our nation on this day when Allah was here in the physical? Peace. So today is November 9th. Like my brother Allah Shasha always say, it's in them lessons. Like Prego, it's in there. Okay. So you know Lord Justice? You know the answer? With the first question, I mean, I could just say he's black. And I would be for certain I'll be pretty sure I'm right. But like I said, I don't want to guess because the first principle is supreme mathematics, because you know, that's what we was talking about earlier. It's knowledge. It's not guessing. Why doesn't the devil teach that? Or why doesn't the 5% teach that? It's because we deal with knowledge. So, a wise man does not guess, or a wise man admits when he does not know. Okay. So, again, won't you give me the answer? You're asking the question. I just told you I don't know. And I can't recall what important event happened in our nation on this day when Allah was here in the physical. Yeah, I can't recall. Let me know. So you said looking at hold on. If you look at the last sentence in the degree before, it would tell you if he was black or white. Uh, so you talk about the biblical story degree, right? You talking about um, him and his social equality. Okay. So Lord Justice, are you gonna give us the answer? We're we're waiting. Well, I'm waiting and dying with anticipation. Lord Justice, was the Muhammad in the born degree black or white? You said look at the if you look at the last sentence in the degree before it, it would tell you if he was black or white. You said the born degree, right? In the 1 to 14. I mean, that's the yeah. You would have to be talking about that. So you're talking about the build and destroy degree. Well, I will give you the second answer. The first one you got to show in your wisdom and prove in your understanding. It was the day they snuck a law, I guess, out of New York City to upstate New York Beacon. Huh? It was the day they snuck a law, I'm guessing, out of New York City to upstate New York Beacon. I'm not really understanding why is this an important event? All right, so the first question, are you saying that because he made the devil study from 35 to 50 years, then um I mean, the degree by itself implies that he's black because he gave him time to study amongst them, to learn. He was an original man. I don't need the equality means to be equal in everything. I don't need that to show and prove that. I could just stay in a born degree and show and prove that. You said in the last sentence of the build or destroy degree, or the last sentence in the degree before that, which would be the build or destroy degree, that hold on, let's go. If you look at the last sentence in the degree before it, it will tell you if he was black or white. That doesn't that doesn't tell you he's black or white. Now you can manifest based on your knowledge and wisdom that, you can make it manifest, but it doesn't tell you that he's black or white in that degree. Well, first and foremost, I never said it tells you or it said Muhammad was black. I was telling you that the fact that are you saying okay? Well, so if you're talking about so if you're talking about the part where it says free transportation to see the holy to go to the oh, oh, I thought you said something else. So if you're talking about Muhammad and the born degree, and you're talking about um, free transportation to the holy city of Mecca to see my brother Muhammad. So dealing inequality. Now you you ask the question, and a wise man admits that he did not know. Okay. Now I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Lord Justice. And in the degrees, right? How many devils are there? That's the first. That's the first. Hold on. I didn't bring up the 10th degree. I brought up the eighth degree. I didn't bring up the 10th degree at all. I talked about the eighth degree. Equality means to be equal in everything. And I brought up the ninth degree. The 10th degree is them murder taking the devil's head. So I didn't say anything about that Muhammad. So in the degrees, how many devils are there? That's the first question. And number two, how do you show and prove one to every 11 original man? This is a question for you, Lord Justice. Did you not just speak about free transportation to the holy city of Mecca? Indeed. But even before that, I talked about the build or destroy degree. And since I already answered your question, so yeah. So yeah, no, I didn't say they were the same Muhammad. So yeah, just to listen to understand. Already answered the question. Told you I did not know. Then you said, look in the degree before. Now I asked you some questions. Indeed. Hold on. Indeed, I just sent it. Did that answer your question? So, being that you don't know if Muhammad was black or white, and that is in the 1 to 14, now you want to go to the 1 to 40 with me. Stop it. Be means to exist. So, how can you teach someone to be someone you not? Okay. What the hell does Muhammad being black or white got to do with anything? What does that got to do with anything? You talk about, so let me get this right. Let me get this right. Let me get this right. So, so you know every single thing about 120. So being that you don't know if Muhammad was black, yeah, I did not live when he lived. You're talk about it says it in the degree before. You're talk about some build that you can make up in your mind. And you haven't even shown and proved what you were talking about. You haven't shown that you know the answer. Yeah, I mean, you know, he comes out of nowhere. Yeah, you don't know though. How do you know? You wasn't there. How do you know this man even existed, let alone that he was black or white? You don't know because you're. I mean, you haven't said the answer. That's like, oh, do you know this? Oh no, I don't know. Oh well, tuh, you should know. That's not proving that you know. Like you're funny. You was probably watching the whole time. I ain't said shit. So being that you don't know if Muhammad was black or white, and that is in the 1 of 14, now you want to go to the 1 of 40 with me. Stop it. What does that got to do with anything? Is that some important question in the 1 of 14? Was Muhammad white or black? Is that some qualifying question that you need to know before you go to the 1 of 40? Now you ask your questions. Now I ask my question. Because you didn't start with the 1 to 10. So let's not act like we got to go in order. You're not going in order. So don't try to go in order now. You skip the 1 to 10, and depending on how you got your degrees, the 1 to 36. No, no, let's not skip. Or let's don't don't change it up now. I ask you a question from the actual question. You going to answer my questions? And you haven't clarified the question of what the hell you meant by you haven't clarified the question of it was the day the snuck a law of New York City to upstate New York Beacon. That doesn't even make sense. Since we want to, focus on every little thing, this doesn't make sense. And you spell understanding wrong. Well, I will give you the second answer. The first one you got to show in your wisdom and prove in your understanding. It was the day the snuck Allah of the snuck Allah of New York City. Was there an Allah of other places to upstate New York Beacon? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, since you want to nitpick and shit, we can. Show me where in that born degree it said Muhammad was black. Well, since you bring up the 10th degree, I'm still trying to figure like where's your answers to my question? Yeah, yeah, I know you mad at me. Again, here you go with this. Here you go with this shit, man. Look, I got some questions. It's funny. This is what he does all the time. You see, this is what the 5% don't teach either. You answer directly to the point. See, this an example of someone that because knowledge is infinite. And we don't teach that one person knows everything. But an individual like this, Bernie, thinks that because he knows some trivial questions that that makes him special. Peace, Casey. I'm going to work in a few hours. Got to go to sleep. Go to sleep now. Peace to you all. Indeed. So just reread the interaction between me and Lord Bernie. And this is an example of what the 5% don't teach either. I'm glad you came on, Lord Bernie. You're the great example. So this is an individual who me and him have a history of going back and forth. That he has some trivia questions, right? And if you don't know, he snickers and look down at you and all this other shit and on some holier than thou shit, right? But if you ask him questions, he ducks and dodge and he makes excuses. He talks about me not knowing if Muhammad was black or white in the 1 of 14. Now I want to go to the 1 of 40. Well, we weren't going based on order, because if we were, you would have started in 1 of 10 with the questions, but you didn't. I'm still wondering what he meant by this, the snuck a law of New York City to New York Beacon. I don't understand that. That's something he didn't answer. And also, my question. And here's because I stuck to the degrees. I didn't ask him no trivia questions that he wasn't around for. This is in the degrees. He knows so much about the degrees. I said in the degrees, how many devils are there? And two, how do you show and prove 1 to every 11 original man? These aren't hard questions. Do you know today's supreme mathematics? You see, Lord, I'm not even going to call you justice anymore because, yeah, building with you have no reward. It's not even building, it's just going back and forth. So I'm not going to call you justice no more because you have no reward, just penalties. And the penalty is wasting time searching for that which does not exist. So again, this is a great example of why doesn't the 5% teach that? We don't teach that you got to know every little trivia question. Because like I said, a wise man admits when he does not know. And a wise man, what, is not hostile to questions or answers. You see, that's a plus degree I got before I got supreme mathematics or alphabets. The 7 characteristics of a wise person. That's what I got. And we could tell by, just people's interaction that they're not wise. You just showed the world you a savage. Okay. You just showed the world that you're 10% and you try to keep shit above people's heads and you don't deal in equality. You see, you say you're an older brother and you got the knowledge in 1999 or 1990 or whatever you said. And every chance you get, you try to show and prove, or you try to prove that I don't know what I'm talking about. And you try to prove that I'm wrong about something. I could miss something when I'm quoting, even though I'm quoting stuff even though I'm talking for hours. You don't say nothing and you just pop up out of nowhere. Like, oh, that was wrong. Look, man, people like you, yeah, look, they bear no fruit. They bear no fruit. Yeah, I'm not no savage. You a savage. And you don't deal in equality. You see, I ask you questions and you never answer. But you always want to ask me questions and expect me to answer. And the questions I ask is really dealing with the knowledge. You ask about, you know, some trivia question stuff. And like a wise person, I admit when I don't know. Ain't that something you supposed to do as an older brother? Show an example. This is perfect. Why doesn't the 5% look? The 5% also don't teach hierarchy. See, here's an example of a brother that got the knowledge, what, 24 years before me, or so he says. And look how he acts. At every chance he get, he tries to big brother me. And he don't know what he's talking about. He probably got his his 120 right in front of him. He got his book of life in front of him, doing all like looking at every single thing I say. Probably got all the things he wrote down in the history right in front of him. See, look, I don't got any notebooks in front of me. Look at that. I don't got no notebooks. This is all from my head. So why doesn't look the 5% does not teach hierarchy. He said, and it's funny, he was talking about the degree before that. Equality means to be equal in what? Everything. So that means if you ask two questions and you get answers, right? I should be able to ask two questions and get two answers as well. Come on, man, look. It's easy. See? Like, come on, man. And that's how you show and prove. So that's one more thing we need to say is that the 5% doesn't teach hierarchy. No big eyes, little U's, no big U's, little I's. And sometimes people want to look, people act like they're 5%, but they're really 10%. You just showed the world you a savage. I just showed the world that, you need to change your name because justice is a reward penalty for one's ways and actions. Your ways and actions should be punishable. And I punish you by, calling you by the name that's on your screen, Lord Bernie, because you got to earn brothers' respect. You got to earn equality. People don't got to give you what? Nothing. But as always, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Anything else you got to say? Are you going to answer my questions? You going to deal in equality? Or are you just going to take and, try to master the original man? All right. So, anybody else got any questions? Anything you want to build on? We about to get off pretty soon. So, let me know. Is that it? All right. All right. Like, subscribe, share. It was a good one. It was a good positive build until man, Lord Bernie came in. But all that above is caused by the Son of Man. So even with that, it was a piece. It was a good build because some of the people got to see in real time what the 5% don't teach. You see what I'm saying? So, peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to even 10% like Lord Bernie, peace to the 10% also. You do your job, we do our job. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, just know the 5% is all wise and righteous. You see what I'm saying? All wise and righteous. So, yeah. All right. Any last words? Yeah, he called me a savage. Cute. All right. So, you know, peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to the babies, man. Peace to the babies. Peace to all civilized people around the universe. Peace. And also peace to one of my biggest trolls. Shout out. I think Lord Bernie is going to go in the Hall of Fame of one of my biggest trolls. Peace to him. It's I'm not going. It's all peace. Look, man, it's all good. Hey, I'm smiling, man. I'm smiling, man. You got anything else to say, Lord Bernie? I want you to take us out. So since you showed yourself to be a savage, I'm going to deal with you like a savage you are. Shaking in my boots. Look, you just worry about the people you're not teaching. How about that? You just worry about, you know, just listen. If you got all this time to worry about every single little word I say and never try to deal and understand it, because you never do. Look, man, it's cool. I got no problems with you. You all the way in Florida. That's like saying, I'm in Alaska, you in Australia. Be like, pull up, we beefing. Look, man, I ain't got no problem with you. You just keep doing what you're doing. It's good entertainment. Because clearly you're not for real. So, you know, Just keep bringing the laughs. Keep bringing the, some good questions. Very few of those, and maybe some trivia too. You got some Jeopardy questions in you. I like it. I would say you keep me on my toes, but you don't. So, since I showed my, since I showed I was a savage, you're going to deal with me like a savage. I am. I guess that's going to be calling me savage like four more times, huh? Damn, so hard. All right, my fault. Look, this is not what the 5% teach either. It's not what the 5% teach. I'm egging him on. I'm probably annoying him. His teeth is clenched and they're grinding together. I'm not hostile. I'm not. A wise man is not hostile to questions I answer. You know. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest? I only say that because I don't want you commenting on a whole bunch of videos like you did the first time. Because you never answer questions. So I'd rather us, build on live than you go on my things and do a whole bunch of you ain't wise, period. That was very emotional. You ain't wise, period. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's your opinion. And since you don't know me, man, you don't know me at all. Were you at the show and prove? I doubt it. You ever been to the show and prove? You talk so much, I gave you the answer already. You didn't see it because it's thunder above your head. As I said, I could have guessed it was a 50% chance. I really don't care. I said, well, a wise man admits when he doesn't know. I don't care. You haven't answered at all. This was very that was listen. Okay, all right. Okay, I got time. I got time. Miss me with that show and prove BS because you showed and proved you a savage. That's cute. That's cute. Listen, you talk so much. I gave you the answer already. You didn't see it because it's thunder above your head. Maybe because you have no magnetic. When you ask the question, everybody that's watching this, go back to when he first asked the question and I read it. I was like, this shit again. But it's just adding a little more excitement to my night. I'm about to get off pretty soon. Listen, you have no magnetic. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not pressed. I don't dislike you. Actually, look, keep coming to my channel. I appreciate it. You know, you spend your time over here and it's peace. We have conversations, all that. But like I told you on the phone, you're religious and you're emotional. And look, it's peace. It's cool. I'm not judging you. It was thunder above your head. Yeah. Sounds good. Just admit that you could not answer my questions. I asked you how many devils are in the degrees, and I asked you to show and prove the 1 to every 11 original man, and you can talk a whole bunch. You can reply to everything else except for those questions. You know, a wise person answers straight to the point. And we're all wise and righteous. But Lord Bernie, come on, man. Like, I'm trying to help you out here. I want to have dialogue with you. That's peace. You see, we don't gotta keep, I'm sure if you was on the like, I mean, I have the link. I put the link in there. You can click the link and we can build like that. But you don't want you're not one of those attention seeking gods, even though you always be in the chat getting attention. Listen, man, I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those guys that is young and impressionable because you said you got the knowledge in 1999 and you walk with some of the firstborns. Like, I mean, and to people that don't know, this has been going on for a while. So, I mean, if I seem like I'm not taking him serious, like I've been through this with him. In that 10th degree, right? And it talks about the mystery God, right? People were searching for trillions of years for that so-called mystery God. Look, man, I ain't searching for this man. He a mystery to me. So, yeah, man, look, man. All right. I played enough with my food too long. I'm gonna get off this live. I'm tired. I gotta go spend time with the queen and the babies because I actually have a queen and babies. I gotta spend time with them, do my duties, take care of business. All right, so like I said, again, this is not what the 5% teach. Like I'm egging them on. That's not nice. I know I'm righteous. I'm not holy. Okay, I am egging him on though. That's. Look, I apologize. All right, I apologize. I shouldn't be fucking with you like this. I shouldn't be. It's mean. It's mean. So I'm gonna stop being mean. Okay, Lord Bernie, you forgive me. Just say you forgive me. All right. I'm kind of tired. I get like this when kind of tired. I don't want to end this without him saying he forgives me. You forgive me, Lord Bernie. Well, I'm about to get off in 20 seconds, so I would like you to say you forgive me. Let me get off. Come on, Laura Bernie. Chop chop. I give you one more minute. One more. Come on. Giving you one more minute. 30 seconds. Okay, well, all right. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to the babies. You know, I came in saying peace. I'm gonna go out saying peace. You know, peace to all the righteous people around the universe. Peace. I'll let you have that, Lord Bernifice. Peace.